You could be doing everything right, walking every morning, cutting back on portions, making what feels like reasonable choices, and still watch your belly stay exactly the same. Same waistline, same frustration, same quiet question in the back of your mind. Why isn't this working? The answer almost certainly isn't your effort. It isn't your discipline. It's something that happens in the first 20 minutes after you wake up. A single biological window that most people accidentally close before they ever leave the house. Here's what's actually going on inside your body while you sleep. Over the course of 7 or 8 hours without food, your insulin levels drop to their lowest point of the entire day. Insulin is the hormone your body releases whenever it detects incoming fuel, and when insulin is elevated, your fat cells are essentially locked. Your body won't pull energy from stored fat when it thinks more fuel is already arriving. But after a full night of fasting, something shifts. Insulin is quiet. Cortisol, your early morning mobilization hormone, is naturally elevated, helping free fatty acids from storage. Your body is primed, right at that moment, to burn what it's been holding onto. This is the window, and it's real, it's measurable, and it opens every single morning whether you use it or not. This is why fasted walking on an empty stomach, first thing in the morning, produces a fundamentally different result than the exact same walk taken 2 hours after breakfast. The movement is identical. The duration is identical, but the fuel source is completely different. When you walk after eating, your body burns the glucose from that meal. It's efficient, it's available, and your body will always choose it first. When you walk in a fasted state, there is no incoming glucose to burn, so your body turns to the next available source: stored fat. Specifically, the visceral fat, the deep abdominal fat that accumulates around the midsection and is notoriously slow to respond to typical exercise. A study published in the British Journal of Nutrition examined 2 groups of men performing the same moderate intensity walking routine. One group walked after an overnight fast. The other walked after eating a standardized breakfast. The fasted group burned up to 20% more fat during the same exercise session. Not slightly more, not marginally more. 20% more from the same walk, the same effort, the same morning. The only variable was whether they'd eaten beforehand. So what does this look like in practice? The ideal window is somewhere between 30 and 45 minutes. The first 10 minutes or so function as a transition. Your body is shifting fuel sources, warming the cardiovascular system, settling into a rhythm. This phase matters, but it's not where the deep fat oxidation happens. Around the 12 to 15 minute mark, if you've maintained a steady pace, your body has fully committed to burning stored fat as its primary fuel. The remaining 20 to 30 minutes are where the metabolic work actually takes place. This is why cutting the walk short at 15 minutes leaves most of the benefit on the table. You need to get through the transition and stay in that second phase long enough for it to matter. Intensity is important here, but not in the way most people assume. You don't need to power walk or push into discomfort. The ideal pace is moderate. Imagine you're slightly late for an appointment that actually matters to you. You're moving with purpose. You're breathing a little harder than normal, but you could still hold a conversation if you had to. This is sometimes called zone 2 intensity. And at this level, your body is burning a higher proportion of fat relative to carbohydrates than it would at a harder effort. Going too slow means you're not stimulating much of anything. Going too hard shifts your body toward glucose metabolism and partially defeats the purpose. Find the middle and stay there. Hydration and caffeine can both support the process without breaking the fast. A glass of plain water before you leave is genuinely useful. Mild dehydration reduces fat mobilization, and it's easy to wake up slightly dehydrated after 8 hours without fluids. Black coffee, if that's already part of your morning, can enhance fat oxidation by raising adrenaline slightly and signaling your body to pull more from fat stores. Just black, no sugar, no milk, nothing that would prompt an insulin response. That detail matters more than most people realize. Which brings us to the one mistake. This single thing that erases everything this biological window is trying to do for you. It isn't a dramatic choice. It's not skipping sleep or making a bad food decision the night before. It's something small, something most people don't even think twice about. It's eating something, anything, before the walk. A banana, a small yogurt, half a piece of toast, even a handful of almonds. Something that feels light, responsible, reasonable, and the moment that food hits your digestive system, your body releases insulin. Not a flood of it. Just a small, quiet release. But that's enough. The doors to your fat cells close. The fat-burning signal goes dormant. And for the next several hours, your body will be managing the incoming fuel instead of pulling from storage. The walk still happens. You still burn some calories. But you've lost the biological advantage that makes fasted walking uniquely effective for stored belly fat. Most people who do this never connect the two events, the pre-walk snack and the stored results, because they happen close together and the biology is invisible. But now you know what's happening underneath. The correct protocol is simple enough that there's genuinely nothing to overthink. Wake up, drink a glass of water, lace up your shoes, step outside, walk at a purposeful pace for 30 to 45 minutes. Come home, then eat breakfast. That's the whole thing. No supplements required, no special equipment, no early morning workout that leaves you wiped out before your day has started. Just a consistent window of movement while your body is in the one hormonal state where it will preferentially burn what it's been storing. The compounding effect of this habit is what makes it so worth understanding. One fasted walk is meaningful. 30 of them, done consistently over the course of a month, begin to shift things in ways you can actually feel. Clothes fitting a little differently around the midsection, energy feeling steadier through the morning, that persistent lower belly softness gradually becoming less familiar. This is not a dramatic overnight transformation. It's a biological rhythm you're choosing to work with instead of against, repeated consistently enough that your body has no choice but to respond. The belly fat that feels so stubborn isn't stubborn because your body is broken. It's stubborn because the conditions for burning it were never quite right. Now they are. You don't need an intense boot camp. You don't need to overhaul your entire diet overnight. You need a pair of walking shoes, a glass of water, and the consistency to step outside before breakfast. Your body will handle the rest, because it was always designed to. I'd love to know if you're going to try this tomorrow morning, or if you've already experimented with fasted walking and noticed a difference. Drop your experience in the comments below. I read every single one.